If you are seeing this, this message is going to be a little different. This was a channel that I got literally while I was shoveling. um, I had to stop because these messages started coming through, and I'm there in the cold. It was really cold, okay? And I just took my phone out and I started typing. So you might see me pause a couple of times. I tried to figure out what it was that I typed out because number one, my fingers started freezing, and because I had to take my gloves off. Um, and then the other thing was that autocorrect was getting in my way. All right. So what started coming through first was a song, and it's actually an Indian song from a movie. I'll explain it, later on in the video. But it says, it goes, "Main yahan hoon." That means like I'm here. And so what came through with that was like, I mean, when I say I heard it, and then all of a sudden, it was pretty cloudy the entire time. But I heard that, and all of a sudden, like the sun came out, and it was so bright. So that's how I knew I had to take my phone out. There's something more to this, okay? So that happened, and then I felt like this. It's that I'm here is a sign for you, someone, whoever is going to come across this. You need this reminder, or you were asking that question, like, did you forget about me? Did you leave me? What's going on? Like you're asking the divine, actively asking the divine, or even your team of light. I don't know. But that came through, and it is all about a connection to the divine. So I figured you may be going through something where you don't see the end in sight. You have to move forward with each step, knowing that even though you don't know where your foot is going to land, it is divinely led. So what I was seeing was like, I could see from the perspective of like, street level, I guess. So there's a foot that's taking a step, and that next, the other side, the leg, the right leg, picks up and it's about to take a step, but it's dark in front. Like you cannot see. You don't know if you're going to hit the ground or if it's going to go into like a ditch. You have no clue. And it's kind of like that blind faith that you have to tap into. It is a scary time for so many, so I really can understand why this message is coming through. Um, but so I am being called to remind you that you connect into that light that we all have, okay? So imagine that light that connects you to the divine. It's indestructible, it's indescribable, but it's there. That life force is in you. Don't let the illusions of this world convince you otherwise. It won't always make sense, but there is a cosmic balance. Every action keeps that balance. The pain, the joy, all of it. Control is where our anxiety and fear comes in. We have to accept that we don't control anything. We don't even control our breath. Just like a small part of your mind body neurology controls the involuntary systems of your body, there's something much more intelligent and powerful that controls the universe across time and space. There's that prayer of serenity. I don't know it very well, but that came through, like, to grant me the wisdom to know what I can change. And oh, I'm going to butcher this one. Look it up. Look up the serenity prayer or the prayer of serenity. Serenity, okay? Um, Try to align yourself with that. That is real peace in knowing that you don't. That was all that came through. That was all I could stand outside and type in the cold, okay? But yeah, just know that, tap into that. I know it really is a time of upheaval, and it is. Look up any of the astrologers and they'll tell you that between, I think they said between now, well, actually between 2025 is really when it started, but like 2020 was like the shadow period or something like that, like the beginnings, the little inklings, um, until at least 2035, okay? But the good news is, I think today I'm recording this on January 27th. And so between the 26th and the 27th, I believe it's Uranus that's going into Aries. And so because it's an outer planet, that marks like a generational shift. But of course, we also have personal impacts, okay? So we really have cleared out one cycle and we're entering the new one. And since this is new, consider this as like a blank slate. Connect to the divine, and you'll always get that word inkling. I just said it earlier, but it's coming through again. Like you'll get this little feeling inside. You'll know which way to go. It doesn't matter if you were going through, whatever else in your birth chart, okay? If there's some karmic lessons that you have to learn, or if all of that is over and now it's a time where you are pushed towards like more like the north node, what you're supposed to do in this lifetime, right? Nothing heavy from the past. It's all about the new. Whichever one, it doesn't matter. As long as you connect to the divine, you will always get the answers that you need. And the difficult part is that it's not always going to be what you want to hear. Um, and sometimes it's also not going to come when you're asking for it the most, when you're so desperate. That feeling of desperation is like it's a block, okay? Because they're showing me like a brick wall and someone that's like really just praying so intensely. Um, but what they're also showing me is like, when you're frantically looking for something and it could be right in front of your face, you don't see it because you're so desperate that it's blocked. But when do you find it? When you stop looking for it, right? You give up. You're like, okay, you know what? It is what it is. And then all of a sudden you turn around and, oh, there it is. There's that pen or there's that hair clip, whatever it was you were searching for. So that scenario, kind of understand that little itty bitty part of your day and then expand it to make sense of your life. Okay? Because when we are so desperate, we often like move past what it is they're trying to show us, or just look past it. But when you stop and you just kind of say, it is what it is, it's like saying, okay, God, whatever you want, just show me. You show me. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop doing. I'm going to stop getting in my own way. I'm going to stop trying to control everything because I know I don't control anything. Um, that's when the answers start flowing in. And it's not because they're waiting for you to hit this like really desperate moment. It's because that resistance dissolves, that brick wall crumbles when you're not, pushing so hard, right? You kind of they're showing me the person realizing all they have to do is step back and walk around the wall instead of trying to go through it, like plow through it. That's what happens. You step back and you take a look at the bigger picture. Picture? Okay, I don't know what that was. um, but yeah, it was coming through so strongly, and I'm telling you, it was like while I was shoveling, there were clouds. It seemed like there was this thick layer of clouds, okay? Because I'm on the East Coast and there was a big snowstorm. um, but all of a sudden, the sun came out when I heard that I'm here, and I knew it. Like it gave me this feeling of when you tap in, you'll feel that it's a warm feeling. It's a feeling of love. I can't explain it in any other way. That is exactly what it is, okay? Visually, it feels like it's this something like a golden white light. That's what I see. But what it feels like is just like this warm, cozy blanket, like just wrapping you. Um, that's the feeling that you get when you tap in. When you're guided, it's never going to be from a place of fear and anxiety because that's just not how they work. Okay, it's it's really high vibe. It's all love up there. So but again, even when they're redirecting you, you're not always going to like it. They're still doing it with love. Okay, they want you to check mark all those tasks that you need to complete down here in this like Earth school, right? All right, I don't know Babylon too much, but that was the message that came through. And whoever needed to hear that, I really hope this message reaches you and that it helps you. Just remember, take those 3 deep breaths. Try, it is hard initially to quiet the mind and to connect, but just try. And again, you'll see this in every video I post. I try to remind you, just find that creative method if you need to. Not everyone can meditate. It's really hard, okay? Um, in the sense that we're so, not that it's difficult to do, it's just we're so bombarded with like information. It's hard to quiet anything. I mean, even if you unplug everything, shut off all the fluorescent lights, you don't hear any humming in your house, there's noise going on outside. It's really difficult to just block everything out. That's what I mean, okay? It's not that meditation is hard and you shouldn't even try it. Don't bother. That's not what I'm saying. I just mean that there's this constant, like, they're just showing me sounds coming at you. Yeah. And when I say sounds, I mean like I literally see a picture of like a speakerphone. I see a picture of a car. I see a picture of a truck. Like there's just so much going on around us, okay? Oh, solitude is on the bottom. I was about to start shuffling, but that's it. Try to find that creative way to tap in because, again, they always show me the scene from that movie Soul, the Disney Pixar movie. Okay, and it's where he's explaining to that younger soul who refused to come down to earth because she was scared that when you find your thing, which for him was, playing the piano, it like leads you into the zone, and that's how you like tap in, you connect. Okay. um they're also showing me this book, which I do have. I don't have it around me, so I can't even show it to you, but I think it's like the act of being creative, the creative way of being, something like that. My god, who's the author? It's it's a gray book, and it's like the title is just written in really small print. The act of being creative, the act of creating, something like that. I will. You know what? I'm going to try to search it right now, and then I'll put it in the description box. So that might be something that you need to read. If you feel called to, go for it. Okay, they're always little tidbits of lessons, and they're showing me like these little eggs opening up all over, like around us, with a little surprise inside. So you can get a lesson from anything. Okay. Um, all right. Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to babble too much. I hope this resonated with you. I hope if you needed this, it brought you some kind of comfort, or just, it helped you in any way. Okay. I'll see you guys in the next video. Whenever you see this, have a wonderful day, wonderful night. All right. Take care. Bye bye.